write, how do you do it? How do you engage in writing? As students, I know that you do. We all do. And there's a lot of it to do in this college. So, how do you do it? Do you take the path of least resistance by typing everything out? Or do you take a little more time and write it down on paper? What about your handwriting? How do you form the letters? Utilitarian print? Flowing cursive? Something in between? Do you put in the effort to have good handwriting? Or is it something that only you and those you're close to can read? Do you use mutable, erasable marks or graphite pencils? Mechanical or wood? Or pens? The more bold, permanent option. What color ink do you use? Is it a disposable rollerball or something more sustainable? How much time do you take in your life saving words to be read later? Have you consciously considered it? It's such a simple idea. Using a flat plane to make a contrasting mark. Then those groups of marks make symbols. Those symbols make words, and those words attach themselves to meaning. I suppose if I'm to pepper you with questions and philosophical hullabaloo, I should give you some answers of my own. I'm somebody who's put a lot of thought into writing. I am a writer, though I'm also an artist, specifically in pen and ink, and that doubly reinforces my thought on mark making. I do both typing and handwriting, though I enjoy writing a flowing, effortful cursive much more than just tacking away on a keyboard, making Times New Roman statements. I have such a more satisfying time with the feeling of pen on paper, and it gives me plenty of time to think through my sentences as I write them rather than constantly rushing through my words. However, I also use a writing implement different from nearly all of you, a fountain pen. And that's what this film is about. You see, I found the experience of writing with a fountain pen transformative. I enjoy writing and drawing with these pens so much. It's given me much more control and fluidity with my handwriting. You see, fountain pens are something you get attached to. You understand and grow with them. You never throw them out and ruin your familiarity like with disposable ballpoints. You also never have to feel guilty with the wasted plastic. My cheapest pen I have used for 3 years almost daily in my journal. Then, because I get to connect with this pen, I also get to connect with this paper and words more. Each stroke has become something I understand, a conversation between me and my marks. Then, back to you, once you know your pen, you get to consider your ink. Being able to sample and use your favorite color. Then if you get a full bottle, you get to keep using it for a year or more. Again, I have written a lot, but have only finished 1 bottle of ink in the 4 years I have been using my pens. Though recently I had to replace the bottle of my Noodler's Blue since the lid cracked from, let's call it a mishandling. No big spill, thank goodness. And my last point. This fountain pens improve your handwriting a lot. I actually had a lot of trouble with this when I was younger. My handwriting was horrible. Barely legible to my mother, who was also my teacher. Yes, I am a homeschooler. But sometimes even I couldn't make out the words. This absolutely terrible handwriting was probably because I lost it when I was 10 until about 12. But that's a much longer story than I have the ability to tell. Suffice it to say, I got a little better over time. But I still had problems and didn't want anyone but me to see my writing. Then I got a fountain pen. It was a Pilot Metropolitan, starter kit off of Amazon. It came with a pen, bladder converter, and bottle of ink. All that I needed to get started. And when I wrote with this pen, you can see it here. It worked. My handwriting got better. There were still a lot of issues, but I stopped feeling self-conscious about my handwriting. I started learning calligraphy, and my writing got better and better until today I now have handwriting that can be called beautiful. I can show it off. It has elegance, grace, and personality, and it's mine. Fountain pens gave me this. I just want to see the world when it finds out what they can give everyone.